Hey, hey, we here. We here. Okay? We're here. All right, so look, what's going on? All right? I know we're a whole hour late and I just want to welcome you back to Chaz and Friends, all right? It's Sunday night and you already know what time it is. It's we're late, but we're going to get this party started. So look, three conversations. That's what we're talking about. Three conversations that really come down to one thing. How do you build wrestling for the future without crashing out on what you've already got? All right? Zilla Fatu has arrived. All right, he's got the name, he's got the bloodline, literally. All right, he's got everybody talking. But does WWE eventually have to connect him to the bloodline, or would that be the worst possible thing for a young superstar trying to establish his own identity? Then we're talking championships because WWE has been playing hot potato with some of these belts recently, and after years of Roman Reigns holding a championship forever, Gunther having a long reign with the IC championship, maybe unpredictability is what the WWE needs. Or maybe we've gone way too far the other way. And then finally, our favorite Khan, Tony Khan. How many tournaments, Tony, do you need? All right? AEW has another tournament, and we're going to have the conversation. Are tournaments actually part of what makes AEW different, or has Tony Khan started using tournaments as a substitute for storytelling? We're getting into all that and more on tonight's late edition of Chaz and Friends. Holla at your boys.
Hit him with his recap. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with his recap. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the flow like. Hit him with his recap. And your boy real chicka real nice in the rain like. Hit him with his recount, man down. Hit him with his recount, man down. Hit him with his recap. Pin him to the ground.
Yo, it's your boy, your cousin, your nephew. It's the Grapple region's best kept secret and the dawn of the Mid-Atlantic and the greatest host in all of pro wrestling. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Don, Chaz Evans, Chaz the Don, whatever you want to call me. But look, this is Chaz and Friends, where it's not even about me, it's about my friends. And I got two friends here today who are going to give you a hot-filled debate. All right, first, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This man is the savior of the 3 Count podcast. All right, I'm gonna cut the gimmicks. I'm gonna cut everything. All right, and look, this we are, as you can see from my people who are watching live. Some of our podcast viewers, you got to check the live stream to see what we're talking about. But this is this is what happens when everything goes dark. And we tried to start up the show. We were actually crazy enough on time. And we were ready to go. Nothing was here. Our screens were black. All of our media was gone. And that man right there, okay, with the R on his hat, all right, himself on his shirt, his name behind him, okay, and he literally within legit 60 minutes pulled together what you're seeing today, right now, and you know what possibly for the next show, literally out of thin air, out of cyberspace. So I want to give him flowers, give him all the props when I give him this intro and put it out there because legitimately this show, this brand is not possible without him. Like, I think it needs to be said live on the air that Red Dog, Clifford Miller, Antonio Devontes Johnson.
Wow.
We appreciate you. I appreciate you. And yeah, that's all you need for an intro. All right, because legitimately, the literally the pulse, the lifeblood of this show. Ladies and gentlemen,
No.
the floor is yours for as long as you want. This can
Yeah.
be at this point. No, we don't even have the media to do it, so no, never mind.
No, but it is the man built from the 5280, the man representing the 308 and the 808, everything in between. He is the man that is all pressure, no savior. The Mile High Merc himself, Red Dog. And yeah, no, this was crazy. Like, I had to literally rebuild the studio just from nothing. It was insane. So
Yeah.
we had a lot of help though, because there were some things that I just didn't have that you had, and then we were just able to put it together and get this back up and running. It does look kind of funky. We will fix it. It will be back to normal next week. You guys will see it. But just for today, our episode is just kind of all foo barred up. So it is what it is.
And last but certainly not the least, he has his red hat, which means he is ready for business. You already knows when the red hat comes on, Twitch Graves is here, and he's the only Graves that matters. All right, literally your favorite Graves is hired right now on TV because of the man sitting right there in that bottom square. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only Twitch Graves.
I ain't got much to say. Support your local cult.
All right, look, listen. Go. I'm gonna run through all that legal, obligation stuff that I gotta get through before we start arguing. I'm gonna speed run through that so we can get right into the debates. Follow us on all your favorite social media platforms at 3Count Pod on everything but the X app. 3Count Pod underscore. Okay. Make sure you hit that follow button. We that's where we post our clips. We post our hot takes, especially on our Twitter and our Threads page. We definitely post live our live reactions to certain things, and whatever else is reacting to the wrestling world. So definitely hit those follow buttons. Hit that like button on Facebook so you don't miss anything whether we're going live on Facebook. Also, for all of my people who are watching us live right now, shout out to all of you watching us live on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and X. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button on YouTube. Also hit that bell button so you also don't miss any other content. The 3Count. Oh yeah, shout out to all of you.
I don't think anybody has heard us with that last one because, it's not obviously technical difficulties. We're not. Now we are.
Now we are. All right, cool. Hey, follow us on all at 3Count Pod, the 3Count Podcast, anything that's social and media. We're on there. Follow us. We're gonna try to
get away with nothing, man. Today is just
we're gonna try to get through through a whole show today. And then look, buy some merch. All right, foryourwear.com. I used to have the graphic of the shirts, but we don't got it. You just gotta trust me when I say, hey, we got fire merch on FORURWEAR.com. I promise you the merch is fire. So you just gotta trust me. All right, there's a Samoan World Order shirt. It's very famous because we talk about it for months and we're finally dropping it. Please go buy some merch. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything? Oh, also, pull it up. Make sure you get it ready, Cliff. Pull it up. All In is coming up. We're going to be talking about that. Oh my God, it's behind us.
It's behind us.
It's behind us. There it is. Look. 3Count Podcast Live Watch Along. All right, Dean Curtis is the official. He's the permanent host of our Watch Alongs. Okay, you've seen him a couple of times on our Watch Alongs as a guest. I think actually, yeah, you see him in the comments. Always putting his 2 cents in, whether we want his 2 cents or not. But look, he's the host of our 3Count Podcast Live Watch Alongs for the foreseeable future. And All In London, live Wembley, right there, Sunday, August 30th. Be there right here on all your 3Count Podcast live channels. So you can be there, watch the show with us. Special start time because it's in London. So don't be shocked when you go look for it at 8 o'clock and 7 o'clock and you're like, what happened? It's in London, folks. So it's literally a what? I think 1 o'clock start time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So,
something like that.
Something like that. 1 o'clock. There will not be a debate show. I'm putting it out there now. There will not be a debate show just because that show's going to probably run into 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Knowing
in the morning.
Exactly. Legit.
Actually, yes, 100%.
So, no debate show on that Sunday, but definitely tune in on Sunday, 1 o'clock, for our live watch along for AEW's All In. Cliff, Let's get to now entering the ring. What's the news on that? And then we can get right into the nitty gritty.
There are episodes. Go check them out. That's all you need. Just go check out the episodes. There's a lot of stuff going on, so we have everything's popping up. But yeah. We got episodes.
1:00.
Go check out the past episodes, okay?
1:00. Dean says, "Be there." That's okay. Dean says that's the date. 1:00. Don't be late. All right. Now that we got all that out the way, let's get to it. Temp check.
Oh yeah, we have that one.
We do have that. That one didn't go away, but it's behind us.
Oh, well, it's gonna stay behind us.
Wait, I think I figured it out. I figured
Hold
it
on.
out. I think I figured it out. I can figure it out. I got it.
No, stop it. You're not producing. See, there you go.
See,
There you go, touching stuff.
Sorry, you're right. I need to stop touching.
There you go, touching stuff.
You're right.
Like, there
My
you
bad.
go.
My bad.
Touching stuff again. Now
Oh
we're
no, I did it again. All right, tip check. That's where me and my friends we give you our hottest and our coldest wrestlers going into the week, and for a bonus we give you a match of the week. Oh man, Cliff, start it off.
Man, I'll be fair. I'm gonna give my hottest wrestler of the week. There was a big debut on NXT. I would definitely love to give a bunch of shout outs to him, but I'm not going to this time just because I want to give my love of the week or my hottest wrestler of the week. Even though he lost his match, Solo Sikoa. Like, Solo had this awesome promo that popped off on Monday Night Raw. I thought it was really funny. I got in. I bought into his character side of things. So I wanted to give him props because all the work that he's been doing lately has been showing up, and I'm very appreciative of it. So I just wanted to give him some love. I feel like I don't know if you guys can hear me or not.
We got you. I got you.
Okay. My coldest wrestler of the week, though, definitely gonna have to go to Tiffany Stratton. Right, like again, third loss now in a row, drops the title. Chaz, quit fucking with the buttons.
No, so funny enough, I did not hit anything this time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to Tiffany Stratton. Also, I do want to throw a 1B in there. JC Jane, right now your new Women's United States champion. Definitely want to give her some love too. So they're doing the thing. So I'll give that. And then match of the week. It's so hard because there's been like matches that I'm like but it's just I don't know, for wrestling wise this week I just felt like everything was just kind of like meh at best, but I don't know what to say for it.
All right,
Let's see if
so I can tell you this, right? So my hottest wrestler of the week, my hottest wrestler I disappeared again. But my hottest wrestler is Penta. And that leads into my match of the week, and that was Penta versus Laredo Kid on Raw. I absolutely loved that match. I think what's going to be really fun about this tournament is the matches that we're going to get. I do foresee we're going to get Rey Fenix versus Penta in the finals. I think that's just a given, and can I be honest with you? I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it, and I'm totally down to see that match on a WWE scale. So that's that. I'm going with that as my my match of the week. My coldest wrestler of the week. I don't really have a coldest wrestler of the week per se. I'm just gonna give a coldest show. And my coldest show this week as a whole, it's gotta go with Impact. I think with Impact, you got your pay-per-view coming up, and it just is. The show felt lackluster than in recent weeks. So, as a whole, there's nothing really I can pinpoint specific to Impact that was just bleh. It just as a whole, bleh. It just felt bleh. So my coldest show, if that can change the rules for the day. My coldest show is Impact this week.
I feel you. I got it. Let's see. I feel like I was set up. See what happens when you let Chaz push the buttons. I love solo work. Yep. And then we hear you, and I don't see y'all, but I hear y'all. Let me leave and come back. No, it's Chaz's fault. Like Chaz is playing with all the buttons again, and I keep trying to figure out
I'm
why he's playing with them.
I didn't that time. I didn't do anything. I just wanted to look. I didn't do anything at all. I just hit like layers. I didn't even click on changing anything. So
Yeah, so just give us a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can see us. That's all I wanted to know. And then we'll just keep going from there. So if you want to, let's. I
get
think
right to it.
Twitch will be coming back. Yeah, Twitch will
Yeah.
be coming back in. So
All right, cool. So let's get right into this first debate topic. All
there
right,
it is.
so oh, perfect. Never mind. You got perfect timing, bro. So cool. Temp check.
Hottest solo. That promo was awesome on Raw. Match of the week. Give me Penta and Laredo Kid. And coldest, I'm gonna go with Big Cass again.
Ooh, 2 weeks in a row, big cast. I think that's about to be the new running joke.
My hottest line from Gunther to Matt Cardona, from catering all the way to rescue.
That so look, I saw that, and I think like first of all, how Gunther is. You want to talk?
Yeah, Gunther's
Yo.
on one.
He's lost his mind. He's lost his mind. He said, "I could call your wife any slur, and what are you going to do?" I was like, "Oh, why? Oh, all right, man." So, but yeah, that was something else. All right. So after that, boom, let's go. Yeah, WWE. All right. How do I want to put this? All right, so cool. Let's start like this. All right, Zilla Fatu. All right, has arrived in the WWE. All right, if for those who don't know the family heritage. All right, he's the son of Umaga. He's Umaga's son, and all right, and being Umaga's son and being a part of this, very important wrestling family of the modern era, automatically once he debuted, you know what fans are automatically thinking? Bloodline, right? Roman, Uso, Solo, Jacob, Tamatonga, right? Everybody, right? Who's been connected. Sammy at this point. Sammy's like, honorary Us. But the thing is, we've been telling Bloodline stories for years. We're telling a whole nother Bloodline story that now involves Solo Sokoa because he lost this past week. So now WWE has a decision. Do you eventually take advantage of the most obvious connection, right? And put Zilla with the bloodline, or do you keep that man as far away from the bloodline as possible and make the audience care about Zilla Fatu, not Umaga's son, not another Samoan, not another bloodline member, Zilla Fatu? So let's start there. Should Zilla Fatu eventually become part of the bloodline story, or does he need to establish himself on his own first? All right. So what do you think, Cliff? Bloodline, no bloodline. That's pretty much what we're talking to right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I think you need to. I think you need to focus on Zilla first and build Zilla. Right? We did the same thing with Solo when he was in NXT. Like Solo was in NXT. He built himself up. He became North American champion. He did all those things. We built him up as a force, and then we introduced him into, when they were in Riyadh. I think you do something similar with Zilla. If you're gonna eventually put him with the bloodline, like I think it has to go. He needs to have his own move. Like obviously being, you have the Jacob Fatu connection as well, but I think he needs to set himself up and establish himself as like a monster before he like gets pushed into the whole hey, he's in the bloodline now. Now, I think when he debuts, absolutely you throw him in with the bloodline, and then you kind of make him like the wild child of the bunch, where like maybe it takes Jacob to like show him the ropes versus like him just coming in and just sitting right underneath Roman's thumb. So I think that's kind of where you want to start with him, but I think right now like you just let him run wild in NXT and just let him do his thing.
We got Twitch.
I'm going with Cliff on this, man. Let him cook in NXT. Let him hang out down there. Let him be Zilla Fatu, and then when you're ready to bring him up, if you want to put him with the bloodline, go for it. or you could do what we just did with Solo and let him go on his own for a little bit. And if you feel like he's not doing enough on his own, then bring him into the Bloodline. I think if we I think if we bring him into the Bloodline the moment we call him up, I think he's going to get lost in it, and I don't want to see that. We're starting to see too many people, in my opinion, get brought into the Bloodline. I understand they're all family, but not everybody needs to be a part of that group. I think you could see better things for some of them if they aren't involved in it. I think Solo would have been great if they'd have kept him out of it. I like what we got from Solo when he was on his own. I would like to see maybe that with Zilla on the main roster, but I think for the time being, let him cook on NXT.
Okay, so all right, because I think we're all on like the same track here. So here's my question, all right? So if he wasn't Zilla like Fatu, right? Like let's just say my man's name is Zilla Johnson, or something, right? Like, and he wasn't Umaga's son, would he still have the hype right now? I feel like, you know, how much of Zilla's hype really belongs to Zilla? I think that really, like, let's think about it like that. Is it really him, or is it because of the fact that he is Umaga's son and he is like legitimately a part of the bloodline? What do you think? What do you think on that, Cliff?
I think it's because I think it being Zilla, like we all knew that he was coming up because we all understand. Like, if you don't know, there's another one in professional wrestling. He made his debut. He's working his way up the system right now. He's in Houston, right? There's another Fatu coming along, right? And I think part of it was Zilla. Zilla had the name. We all recognized Umaga's kid when we saw it, but like Zilla was able to make himself kind of like the bad boy of the family, like the black sheep of the family, because like remember he had the issue with ROW, which whether you want to believe the hype or not, it is what it is. They had like the falling out, and then he went to GCW, and then they had the falling out there. Then he went back to ROW, and then things were going on from there. So I think it's like we wanted to establish how Zilla was going to be kind of like the black sheep of the Fatu family, and then he got picked up by WWE, right? Because we created out this buzz around Zilla being the wild child. I think so I think part of it was, yeah, he had the name sake to get him into the dance, but he had the personality to get him to the show.
Yeah, I'm going with Cliff on this. He definitely had the personality. His indie career speaks for itself. Like I don't really think that rides off of the Fatu name more than his ability to work. And like he said, believe or don't believe what happened with ROW, but he has been the black sheep of the family, the one that stayed away from WWE the longest, and
Right.
now here we are bringing him in. Like, it just makes sense to let him go.
I just thought about this. So we're assuming low key that the bloodline still is playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When it probably shouldn't exist by the time he's ready to be called. I mean, that's just if we're likely. If we're look, I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate here because let's think about it here. We're talking what you give Zilla what 2 years minimum at least to cook in NXT. And then at that point, what now? We're talking, this is what, 26, 27, 28. We are now 8 years into the bloodline. Like, how much more bloodline story do we actually really technically need? Right? Like, I know everyone likes to make jokes about NWO and everything, but are we falling into territory? Like, we're assuming that he should join off of something that probably even shouldn't even exist by the time. Like, if we're being completely honest, by the time Zilla shows up, the bloodline shouldn't really be a big story anymore. Correct or wrong?
that's assuming they don't fast track him through NXT. Like,
That's also true.
you have to keep that in mind. Are we really going to give him 2 years in NXT, or are we going to give him a couple months and then call him up?
Right. So so then, all right. Tell me this. I'll give you this. If WWE never connects Zilla Fatu to Roman Reigns on television, is that a missed opportunity?
No.
I mean, that's that we would look at it that way. We would say it was a missed opportunity because we know who he is. I think the bigger question is going to be like, if we can get Jacob to the bloodline and he runs, what happens when the bloodline eventually dissipates? Like, does he
So
get
right. So
lost?
how do you book it then? How do you introduce him? How do
Yeah,
you
I think
how do you yeah like with
for
Roman?
me,
Is he with Roman? Is he against Roman?
I think there's going to be a thing where,
Is
and
it a
this
new
is how
bloodline? Like are we gonna do like the solo like try to do the solo thing again with the new bloodline and then the OG bloodline?
yeah, I don't
Is
think it's
that
gonna be
how it's going? Is
Solo
that
that
really
breaks
how it's
away.
gonna go?
I don't know if it's Solo that breaks away. I think it's probably Jacob that breaks away. Let's call it that way.
And he
And then
creates a new bloodline.
eventually,
Oh my
yeah, then he
We're
comes in.
gonna rehash.
Yeah,
We're gonna rehash what we literally did to.
yeah, but I think the difference though is that, like, okay, let's
But
be
how is
fair.
that entertaining to me?
I want to say this, and I'll kind of be nice about it. And I love Solo now, but Solo when they initially split and he did the whole MFT thing, like, it just wasn't hitting because it's the wrong person to have lead the new bloodline, if that makes sense. With Solo being with Jimmy and Jay, and then Roman, that's your guys. I think Jacob Fatu and you see Zilla, that's a whole different personality that we see. Like, I mean, Solo wasn't going to be them. You know what I mean? But Jacob is a complete different beast. Like, we've seen the promos he cuts, we've seen the personality he has, we've seen like the badass side of him, and we've seen like the baby side face of him. And I think this is a guy who you could literally throw him in a group, have him be the leader, and we would like all legitimately look at him like, yeah, that's 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 the guy. That's the guy that we want like next. So I think that's where I see it. Um, and I think it works that way. And then eventually, obviously, you can bring them all together if you want to. But MFT, like right now, they've got like their great direction, especially with Haku being there. Yeah, Haku being their leader. Like they didn't. It was cool that we had, you know, Cobb, and then it was cool that Tom Aloa was there. But I think the two
You
right
could have
guys are there.
you could have erased Cobb. He didn't
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Didn't
I
need to be.
mean, they put all the Polynesians together. That's what they did. Like, let's be fair. But like
They.
those
I
guys,
would have rather legitimately. I would have rather them put what you call it, Bronson Reed, or even Dakota
Yeah.
Kai when she was there. I
yeah.
Dakota Kai would
I
have
mean,
worked. She's Samoan too. So
Bronson
yeah,
Reed
exactly.
would have
Bronson
worked.
Reed. So like,
Yeah, yeah, and
yeah.
perfect. But again, if I look back at it, I'm like, hey, listen, like these are the guys that we have, and I liked what they were running, but Solo was just the wrong person. Just imagine though if Jacob Fatu was actually leading MFT versus Solo, it wouldn't have lost the momentum it did. Like we would have pretty much seen a bulletproof MFT, and they wouldn't be called MFT anyway. They would have called themselves something else. Like I know
What if it's
WWE makes those
Haku that
names.
pulls them away from Roman?
What's that?
What if it's Haku that pulls them away from Roman?
It,
That's see now that's entertaining
yeah, we have a
because
whole
he's an
new.
elder. He's one of you
That's how I'm
you
looking at
consider
it.
of those elder Samoans, and it's like, whoa, now we've got
You already got
discrepancy
Jacob.
because you said the elders granted you tribal chief, elders being your dad and your uncle, but they're no longer here, you
Yeah,
know, to speak for the family as elders. So Haku, you
Even
can
if
use. Wow, where I really fantasy booking it, and this is that sounds really cool.
I
That
mean,
sounds really
even if
cool. And look,
even
that's how you bring in Dwayne.
I'm
Oh,
trying to say, even if you have it to where you're like, oh, Dwayne's the elder, Haku's above Dwayne.
exactly, exactly, exactly. And Dwayne can go. I'm speaking on behalf of the elder. Haku can't get in the ring with you, but I still can't. Like, come on, man. I'm out here fantasy booking. WWE, call us up. You don't need a team of writers. You just need these three idiots. Literally, come on, bro. That's fire. But like, you see, and you see how like it had how much connecting the dots we had to do that.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
So all right, I see how we got here. So we'll wrap this up. Closing question, right? All right, 5 years from now, because I want to bring it back to Zilla. 5 years from now, which sentence would you rather hear? And I think I like this sentence. So, Zilla Fatu became one of the greatest members of the Bloodline, or Zilla Fatu became such a star that he didn't need the Bloodline.
I'm gonna go with 2.
Yeah, that
He didn't need
did
the bloodline.
bloodline.
I gotta. The funny thing is this, and I being a Bloodline lover since inception, I always wanted all of them. I wanted the NWO style, and I mean, granted with the pandemic at that point, I just wanted entertainment. But like I wanted Lance. I remember when Lance was in the Independents. I mean, I've met Lance once. I wanted Lance to get signed. I mean, Lance should have been signed.
He
I know,
was.
I know he was and whatnot. I know they let him go, but they brought him back. I'm not mistaken. So he's
And
down.
then they got released again.
He did. So he got released again. Or he just can't catch a break, bro. I really
He
like
was
Lance.
injured. He was injured.
He was
That
injured. It was the injury.
yeah.
Okay. What was I say? Lance was a cool guy. What's it called? The time that I met him, it was I think what was it? It was me and you.
Yeah.
We were in Invictus, right? Yeah, Invictus. Invictus. Anyway,
Place in my heart.
legitimately, legit, Invictus. But anyway, yeah. So I wanted all the Bloodline to be a part of it. I wanted them to connect Nia. I wanted Nia to join. I wanted Naomi to join just because she was married to Jimmy. Like I wanted bring it all. So
Yeah, bring it to Mina.
you see how I did not say Tamina. All right. I listen. I hope she's enjoying retirement. Okay, I hope she is enjoying retirement. I'm not gonna rag on Tamina. That is so 5 years ago.
Everybody's like, what is
That's why I have Chancellor Ray for.
No, Jesus Christ.
I cannot stand that woman. Get off my screen.
Go away.
Her and her husband need to go away. But anyway, yeah. I would rather hear the statement that, hey, he got all. He was such a big star that he didn't need the bloodline. He's Umaga's son, and I think that needs to also play in a factor when you also bring him up. Being the fact Umaga was such a permanent figure, later in his career. So, that I just saw that comment, and don't put it up later. But anyway, let's go to the comments, and
Okay.
let's see what's good. What people are talking.
I call your girl every slur in front of you.
Bro, insane.
Gunther is a menace.
Wild. I want to be like Gunther when I grow up.
Hi, Mom.
Howdy.
I think Zilla should follow in the footsteps of Solo and No Bloodline. I think so. This is what we're talking about. Where's Lou? Deported. Good point, Chaz.
No, thank you.
Oh God, I hope not. Y'all should apply for creative positions.
They ain't ready for us.
Laughs. We know Chaz loves him some Tamina, cause nobody's Mina. I
There
still
was
to this
nothing.
day.
You know how Damien for that extended period of time just was on the anti Tony Khan, anti Chris Jericho train for like a good year and a half.
Yep.
He still is.
Oh no, you know what? It's funny. I talked to him the other day. You know what he said he does now? I go, what? I just don't watch it. And I started cracking up. He was like, it's not good for my health. He was like, I was getting so upset, it was making me sick. I said, well, I'm glad you found something to get your life together. I'm glad that
Right.
you realized it was, you just don't like it, don't watch it. He was like, I don't. He was like, so I stick to what I like. And I was like, that works. Okay, cool. But that's how I felt about Tamina. And when that who's nobody's meaner than Tamina bullcrap came out, there was nothing on God's green earth and green earth in 2021, 2022, whatever year that was, that could have made me more disgusted, sick to my stomach than that. Let me tell you, how do you miss your cue in COVID when there are nobody in the arena? There are no people there. How do you miss your cue to do one simple kick and then you do it terribly? And it sucks that she is the daughter of like a legend such as Jimmy Superfly Snooker.
We doing this
It
all over again.
sucks because
We doing this all over
legitimately
again.
she is garbage.
We run it. We doing this all over.
Garbage. Like Jimmy Superfly Snooker rolls in his graves every time she goes out there and pretends to be a wrestler. Man, she sucks. All right, I just had to get that off one last time. It's been a while, but yeah, just wanted to put it out there. I do not like Tamina. Never have, never will, and it upset me so much that she was a whole spot in that Bloodline to showcase mode, and I seriously stopped playing it because I refuse. Do you hear me? Refuse to play as Tamina. I
So much fun.
refuse.
Why
I
do you hate
never.
Serena so much?
Cause she sucks, bro. You let me Twitch. All right, look, listen. Listen. I understand. All right, as wrestlers. All right, the three of us all have been wrestlers. Okay, at some point. All right, you are a retired wrestler, but like Red Dog and I were actively still doing this, and there is no way. I don't care if she's signed or whatnot. People can't. And then people want to say, "Well, she's signed, bro." So what? Nikita Lyons is signed, and that woman is worse than Tamina. So don't get me started on, oh, she's signed. Obviously, she's good. No, she sucks. Garbage.
Over that cliff.
Garbage. I'm
Bruh.
done.
It's
I'm
it's
done.
just fun. It's fun
Sorry.
listening to this all over again.
I'm
Because I
sorry.
remember when this first dropped, and and to see it run back, like the pure hatred that you have is so funny to me still to this day. Like I can't stop. I'm just like, all right, I'm still here for all of this, watching you do this all over again. Talk about how much you just have this loathing pain in your abdomen
I do.
for a woman who is now retired now.
It's
Not even there anymore, and you're
y'all,
just like,
you say, who said
bruh.
it? Y'all, it shouldn't have said. Y'all shouldn't have said Tamina. It was you. It's your fault.
Doesn't matter whose fault it is. I'm just
your
saying,
fault.
like,
It's
it's
your
time for you to
fault.
let it go.
I
Time for you to
can't
let
let
it
it
go.
go. I wait. You know how many years she was in that company? She's in that company for a long time, and she was a waste of space, waste of money. That's what they did. Vince McMahon wasted money. He wasted money. All right. Vince could have signed me in 2019. All right. The money he was giving Tamina could have gave to me. That's
We
Yeah,
all.
lost
probably.
the whole ass topic because of this.
You right. I know. So, all right. Cool. Topic 2.
So,
Topic
yeah.
2. I'm sorry. Look, there's the main question. All right, look. For years, right? One of the WWE's biggest complaints of the WWE has been that championships didn't move, right? Roman Reigns, 13 plus 100 days, right? Gunther, historic Intercontinental Championship reign, what, 600 something days? All right, we got accustomed to these massive record-breaking reigns during the pandemic, right after the pandemic, where you could look at a match and basically say like, yeah, he's not losing, right? But lately, WWE has gone almost sometimes the complete opposite direction, right? The championships are moving a lot more, all right? So initially I'm thinking, right, that's good, right? I don't want, every championship doesn't need a 700, lasting reign. But there's another side to this, right? If championship changes too many, changes hands too frequently, does winning one stop feeling special? Does the championship lose its value? So what are we actually asking for, right? Is the WWE making championships exciting and unpredictable again? Or are constant title changes beginning to devalue the belt? All right. So, what do you say, Twitch? You enjoying this? Yes, no?
I'm gonna keep this short, simple, and sweet. Those titles haven't been shit in a while. And I honestly believe that. They don't. There is, other than the Bloodline story, like we have talked about, and other than Cody finishing his story, like we talked about, tell me a time those titles had any sort of real value. Like, you could change hands all you want nowadays. They still don't mean shit. You haven't made any of those titles feel like they meant anything again. The women's U.S. title, the women's Intercontinental title, the men's Intercontinental title. Other than Gunther's historic reign, those titles haven't meant shit. And I still wholeheartedly believe that.
All right,
Mm.
what are you, Cliff?
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I like the fact that it feels a little unpredictable, that we're not quite sure who's gonna hold on to what. I mean, there are certain things that we definitely see like continuing to happen. So I'm actually here for it. So yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. It is what it is. I like it. I like the fact that we're getting some new blood kind of get the titles on, but we also have the caveat this that a lot of this is because of injury. Like, what are we really talking about? Like, if it wasn't for Rhea like being injured, or if it wasn't for like the Rhea injury, when I would talk about who else was in there? Chelsea getting injured. That's another thing that's going on. Like, there's a possibility of that. Logan Paul being injured, Braun, like all these dudes getting injured all the time. Seth, Seth had to drop the title because he had an injured shoulder. Like, we had to keep the titles moving around because of all these things. So I think, to me, injuries matter, right? And so we had to take into account that that's why a lot of these titles are flipping. Otherwise, like when we look at like the tag titles, like the Vision have them. They're really kind of holding on to them for a little bit. Then we look over at and especially because Ford's not on TV right now, right? So he had to drop him because clearly, he's gonna be a dad. Now we have the War Raiders run around with the titles. There's just, I mean, things happen, life happens, and so we have to kind of keep it on the fly. But if we look at like realistically, like Tiffany Stratton had the title for a long time, like her
Yeah,
U.S. title, you know what I mean, and she
yeah,
just dropped it.
yeah. That's true.
I mean,
There was a time I forgot she was the U.S.
yeah, but I'm just saying when you look at the champions wise, like some of these champions do have like long reigns going on with them. It's just that, right now we just look at the big picture, the big titles, and we're like, damn, they're moving like crazy all over the place. But that's also because of injuries. So that's what we have to kind of look at too.
So okay, so the funny thing is this: I don't mind the title. I think, and I'm gonna take injuries out. And because you're right, Cliff, especially right now, injuries play a part, definitely play a part. Rhea's injured, so like as far as the women's side on SmackDown, like you gotta move the title around. But the only title that I did not, I kind of felt about the movement was the Trick and Baron and Corbin. Like I was like, all right, like you just got the man the furry title. Like it kind of felt like, hey, all right, we're on the move with something, if for real. So like, but I don't really mind that, right? But like, I think my question really is this: so because in the beginning, like we've been accustomed, to Gunther's reign, Roman's reign. So did they completely screw up the perception of what normal championship reigns supposed to be because we were so accustomed to championship reigns being short? So like, does every champion need a long reign? And I think we all agree that that's not necessarily the case. Like, no,
Yeah.
not every championship needs a long reign. I mean, think about it in Sami Zayn's case. We said from off rip when he won the belt that Sami wasn't holding the belt long, and that Sami doesn't need a long reign. So and like, and it's funny because I feel like this. Like, here's my question, and you all, because you all can answer this better than I can, right? Would some Attitude Era championship reigns get destroyed by fans today?
Oh,
Oh
without a
yeah,
doubt. Without a
100%.
doubt. Without a
Twitter
doubt.
would be a dumpster fire right now, bro. They lose their shit.
Twitter is a dumpster fire.
I was about
It
to
is
say.
true. It is. It is very true. It is very true.
Like, so and it's funny. Well, and so like, here's my question. And here's a question. We can go around the horn on this one. Name a great championship reign that didn't need to be long.
Modern
Name
or
Go anywhere. We're not even gonna go. You know what? I don't want to. I don't want to give you too many shackles on it. So I'm not even gonna go modern. No, any reign, any reign. I got one. I got one. I got one for you. And no one's gonna like this answer. But Daniel Bryan's first reign. It will take, and I take the injury aside. Take the injury aside. Daniel Bryan's first initial reign did not need to be long.
Mm.
No, I can agree with that. Attitude Era Triple H.
Oh, that's a good one. I know
I
that.
think
That's one I
that
know. I know that one. I watched that. I went back and watched that. My young too.
nice. Okay.
John Cena 16th.
Ooh,
Because it
Okay.
was like
right, and that,
it
and
was like a
you're,
month long.
it was, and I just that's perfect. Because he lost in elimination chamber when Bray won.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, so like I don't know what. So what's the thing? Is this? How do you build the prestige for a belt? Then what gives the championship prestige? Is it the length of the reign, or is it who holds it? The stories, like is like for like if the champion holds have great matches, right? But only holds it for 2 months. Is that technically considered a good reign?
I,
But listen like this. But if someone holds it for 400 days, right? But out of that reign, you remember like what 3 matches? Is that prestigious?
I think it's
What's
you
the
know
what's the line? What's the line for because there's got to be a way. So like, how do you make the belts matter then? Like what? How do you make the belts have prestige?
I'll be fair when I say it this way, man. Listen, like Gunther's title reign was like was great because we remember a lot of matches he had. He was running through all the former
Yeah.
Intercontinental champions. He had a long title run with that. Roman's also back in 2020, great run because we've watched him like merge titles together and then like just continue to like dominate over the top. And we talked about those titles when he beat every former WWE champion. You know, it kind of depends on who's holding the title and really kind of what they're doing with it. Like, I'll be fair, Miz's IC reign was amazing when it was like he was the only holder of the title on Raw,
I know.
right? Because like Brock had the title, he wasn't there all the time, and it was just Miz. And he really did. Because that title for the longest time, it was, we knew it as a workhorse title, but like for a while, it just wasn't like no one really cared about it. And then Brock wins the title, takes off, and Miz makes this title the biggest title in the company. And we were all talked about it. We're like, this is incredible. Like, we love watching Miz do his thing. So he brought prestige back to a title that kind of lost a lot of its luster. So I think it really matters, like, on the wrestler and then what they do with the stories that they're given. Because, like, we love Kofi Mania, but let's be fair, man. Like, there's no really big follow up. We love watching Jay when he ran, and we don't really talk about his matches all that much, right? And they had, we love the moment that they won, but we're not really digging with it. So to me, I think when I look, I'm like, damn, dude, like you have to look at that title like it is like the greatest thing ever and then make it the greatest thing ever with the fans. And if you can make us care about that title, then we are going to look at your reign like it is something. Like Kurt Hennig will always be known as like one of the greatest IC champions because he did I don't remember him. I remember him winning a heavyweight title. Did he? I can't remember. He But that's what I'm saying. Like he held that title. We all remember him from that title. John Cena, like even though he won 17 titles, we still remember that first run with the US championship title.
Yep.
So I
Scott
mean like
Hall.
Scott Hall. But also here's on the flip side, right? Look at Roman when he held the US championship and John Cena said it in a promo. Remember, he was like, you looked at that title like it was a demotion. And you could see it on Roman's face. Like he was like, yeah, I'm the US champ. I don't really care about this title though. And so like I think it really comes down to the wrestler themselves and how they feel about that title and holding that championship.
You really can't follow what Cliff just said. You can't. He literally nailed everything on the head. Like it has to be a combination of the story being there and then the person holding the title making me care and want to invest into that story. You have to have that perfect combination. And if you don't, it's just going to fall flat. Like you just said, the US title when Roman held it. Like, we didn't care about that title. Nobody made us care about that title.
Cool. So all right. So which right now, right? And which WWE championship feels most important right now? Right now, which one is like? Do you think is the most important? I'll go and I'll start. I'll start this one off. I'll go. For me right now, just I think the most important, or at least the WWE championship that feels most important right now is the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
I think that's not that. That's for me. What do you think, Cliff?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to agree with you. Now I'm trying to think because I'm fair, man. I know Punk has the title right now. It just to me, like, it just doesn't. I don't know. I don't feel anything with Punk. I think the heavyweight title to me matters more because Roman is just like locking down everything. And he makes you care about that title. Like he puts on banger matches, and he makes you care about that title. I just think seeing CM Punk with it right now is just kind of like, yeah, this is the thing I have now, and it where Roman is like, this is my thing. Like you will not touch what I have. And then like we saw like it's such a sharp contrast between the two title runs right now, especially when we watched Roman and Seth in the match that they had, and then Cody and Punk in the match they had on SummerSlam. Like it just feels like Roman, like he's like, I'm holding this and no one's ever taking it from me. Where Punk is like, yeah, because I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And I feel like that's what I'm seeing right now.
I agree with both of you. The Roman definitely makes that title feel more valuable. Um, to where Punk is just like, oh look, I got this because, like you said, Cliff, right place, right time. Uh, Penta and Chad Gable's Intercontinental title, the way they were doing the Open, the way that it was defended almost every single week, like you're seeing it defended. You're seeing the stories of Rusev wants the title. God damn it, Ethan Page wants the title. Like the whole group together, making it known what the final prize is, and then you seeing it constantly defended makes the IC title for me feel a little bit more valuable. But if we're looking at it from like world heavyweight title, then the story that Roman is telling, like we're not getting title shots because we bitch and moan. We're getting them because we earn them. Like the promos he's cutting with it, the
Right.
people, the tournament going on right now to see who's going to face Roman in Mexico. Like it just, you don't see that happening with Punk and his title. Yeah, we got Punk and Kevin Owens, and they're shooting great promos, but
Oh,
promos
they're
versus
shooting all right.
yeah. See, uh, but seeing like actual competition happen for Roman's title is what gives it more value to me.
All right. What's the least on the back end? What's the least important championship right now?
Tag
Mm,
titles
mm,
always,
mm,
every
I,
single time.
yeah.
mm.
I go tag titles. Ooh.
Y'all are fucking. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all are missing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I got a
the
feeling
one
I
that
know what's
this
coming.
the one that matters the least right now, the women's intercontinental championship.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. You're right. Wait. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
I
Time
know
out.
Raquel. I know Raquel. I know Raquel just won it.
I was
I
about to
know
say.
Raquel
Wait a
just
minute.
won
We
it.
just had a
Yes.
title change. Wait.
I. Hey,
Oh, now
listen.
you gotta explain that. I was gonna.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was about to
I got
ease
you. I
on
got
by
you.
that. Start my
Let me
final
explain.
take and everything.
Let me
Please
explain.
explain.
Yeah,
Because I
because
wouldn't have said
let's
that.
be serious. Let's be serious. Okay. Until Raquel won it, no one gave a fuck about that title.
So,
Nobody cared.
Soul was not doing it. Yeah.
Soul was not doing it. We listen. Becky had that title. We really didn't care about it. Before that was Lyra. We really didn't care about it.
But I will say, I gotta disagree on as far as when Becky held it. At least when Becky held it, she was doing
Why are
stuff.
you deep throating the fucking mic?
Sorry, I just it's anyway.
It's his habit.
It
He's
is
used to it.
Anyway,
And you know what? Let me throw this in there.
Becky, I will. Okay, go ahead.
The women's US title.
I would go. I understand that. I would take that. Nah, yeah.
That would have been my retort, was the women's U.S. title. Like, I
Yeah,
can't
I
even
would.
tell you who the current champion is.
Yeah, because I'm always gonna say the tag titles just because just the tag team wrestler in me. But
And is JC Jane is the
Oh,
US champ because she just beat Tiffany Stratton. But again, like we're just like, nah. Because let's be fair. Hey, compare it this way, right? When Chelsea Green won the US championship, the first and the third time, right? And the first and third title runs, we were like, this is who needs to be the US champion, even though she's from Canada. When Lyra won the Intercontinental Championship, we were like, cool. And then Becky held the title, and we were like, cool. And then Soul won it, we were like, cool.
I like
And now
how we
Raquel has it,
completely
and we're
go
like,
from.
cool.
I like how we completely go from Becky to Soul and completely skip over AJ Lee.
Yeah, see? Look,
because
there's
that
another-
wasn't so. Because look, no. I'm glad you said that.
Chaz, back.
You're right.
There you go.
I'm gonna turn the volume down.
It's not the volume; it's the fact that you're right up on it.
Oh, that too, but that also helps the fact that I have to be right up on it. I can't help it. It's a microphone, and okay, I'm a wrestler, and microphones need to be here. Okay, I make sure every person hears what I have to say. It's important. But look, the AJ Lee title reign, okay, was for nostalgia purposes, and it was for to say, hey, AJ, we appreciate you. That's what it was for, and that's all it was for. And we said it was going to happen. We said she's going to have that title reign, and it's going to fall by the wayside by the time she loses it at what? WrestleMania. So I'm not. We forgot we didn't mention her because we don't care.
Oh, I'm just. I find it funny that we jump right over it. I know it was
Yeah,
horrible.
it was not. It was irrelevant
Yeah,
because
very.
she didn't.
But I will give you this, Twitch.
really with it. I mean, she had the fire match with Bailey, but that was about it. Like
I'll give you this, Twitch.
her matches
right.
with Becky weren't good.
Hold on, I want to hear what Cliff says.
They weren't good. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you this, Twitch. You're right though. The tag titles in all of the divisions
Oh yeah,
forgotten about.
Especially the women. Especially the women.
The women's, yeah.
Especially.
I mean, fatal,
Make me
fatal,
care. Fatal.
yeah, fatal influence has them. But who had them
I
before
forgot
that?
they had them until last week. It was not this past Friday. It was the week before. I was like, oh right, you do have those belts.
Make
Oh,
me
yeah,
give a
I
damn
forgot.
that Division are the men's tag team champions. Like, make me care.
Bruh. I like that MF. Okay, so I'll be
Wait,
fair.
they are?
Yeah, the division have the
Yeah,
tag,
bro.
the tag
Yeah,
titles.
they have the tag team title.
They won
It
them. They
should
won
be
them
Austin
from.
and Logan Paul, but Logan Paul is injured. That's why Braun Breaker is a part of
Yeah.
the tag team titles right
Right.
now.
I didn't know
And they won them. They won
See,
them from
exactly.
Street Profits.
from the Street Profits.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why did I think
See?
right? I
Makes me
remember.
care.
Okay.
Maxine Dupree interfered,
Right. I
Yeah.
remember that. Right. Wow. All right. Yeah.
and then on the other side, like R-Truth, like again, it's two single wrestlers. Like I love R-Truth and Damian Priest, but it's two single wrestlers.
It's
Who
not our
then-
truth and Damian Priest anymore.
No, I know. Just hear me out though.
Okay.
So before MFT wins them, right? Because there's a legit team, MFT. Like the War Raiders were challenging for them, right? Who are the AAA tag championships right now,
Yeah.
which is also beyond me. But then like you have two single wrestlers that are holding the tag titles, and who did they win them from? Again, we didn't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We didn't care.
Yeah.
not at all.
Not at all. All right.
Make tag team wrestling fucking great again.
Look, man.
But you know
I
what?
tried.
Let me
I tried,
let me
man.
do this.
I
And let me-
tried.
Let me do this. Let me do this.
Look,
Because I know
there
hold
was
on.
that time, in like 2022, 23, and 24, where everybody, and there was just so many tag teams. Tag team wrestling was thriving. Great times. And then it just everybody broke up, and that's what happened. Everybody broke up, or
Let
they
me
got hurt.
here's
Or got
yeah.
fired, or got hurt, and got hired in some different companies, and then the revival went to AEW and ruined wrestling.
Here's my
I'm
problem
pro with
though.
that. Like,
Here's my problem too, right? Is when I look at, and it's not just the E, right? Let me be fair. It's not just the E.
No, tag team across the board, yeah.
Yeah, across
no.
the board, man, we have some problems. Like
AEW.
AEW, like I mean, you have right now you have the Bucks going against Cope and Christian at All In London, right? Where presumably we're gonna have the debut of Daybreak, right? If that's what they're called. I don't know if that's what they're gonna be called. As of right now, I'm just gonna say Austin Creed and Kofi, right? Presumably that's where they're gonna debut. But outside of that, man, like the tag team divisions and the two biggest companies kind of falter a little bit, man. Like we the Hurt Syndicate is not really doing anything. They're not cooking, right? They're gonna be doing, maybe they'll be doing something soon. Like if I look on the other side of things, we have Cope, right, and Christian, the Young Bucks. FTR is nowhere to be found right now, right? Like there's just to me there's not enough tag teams that matter, right? Like uh Jet Sweep also not a thing, you know? So it's like I don't know, man. To me, it's just funny. It's funny business how like everybody talks about how they want tag team wrestling to be great, and yet we have like no effort put into
Yeah.
these two big companies to do great tag teams.
It's a
Yeah.
fucking shame.
All right, let's go to the comments and see what it's been see what they say, and then we'll move on to the last
Say
topic.
I'm enjoying. I like the unexpected title changes, and then also I don't mind the shock value. Injuries are part of the business, and unfortunately, sometimes that's the only chance. So for some of these people, so yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that one.
All right, cool. Here we go. So Tony Khan, you serve front and center. All right. Because AEW has another tournament, folks. And before AEW, all right, and before you sickos, all right, in the comments and on the social media land and all that, jump on me, all right. I like the tournaments, all right. The Owen tournament, I love the Owen tournament. The Continental Classic, all right. World Title Eliminators, okay. Tag tournaments, women tournaments, all right. Tournaments produce great wrestling, all right. Great matches, and AEW does really good, all right. And they've always presented themselves as a company where wins and losses and competition is supposed to matter, all right. So tournaments, in a sense, right, fits their identity. But good lord, at what point do we have enough brackets? Like, because my issue with this is tournaments can create matches, but does a tournament automatically create stories? So that's what I really want to debate with you guys today. I want to debate that are tournaments genuinely one of AEW's greatest strengths, or has Tony Khan become too dependent on them as a shortcut to create stories? All right. So, all right. First reaction to all this AEW tournaments. Cut them, keep them. What do you think? Go ahead, Twitch.
I mean, AEW does great tournaments. Like you said, how many times do we talk about the matches that the Continental Classic produced and how fire they were? All the time. Uh, I feel like they have an issue though, where we see this time and time again, where they get so invested in one show, like they are with All In right now, or All Out, whatever show's coming up, I forget. Uh, that they lose focus of their weekly product, and I think that's when Tony pulls out the we need a tournament to fill time, maybe to lack of stories. Like we're so invested in what's happening with their next big show that we forget that they still have weeks beforehand to fill in product. Like Tony runs out of ideas, and boom, we get another tournament.
Yeah. What do you think, Cliff?
I say keep them. Like I'll keep it short, kind of sweet. I say keep him, and here's why. Uh, it gives us an excuse. We talk about like wanting to promote top talent. We talk about getting some of these guys on there, some opportunities to get like the rub so that they can show what they do. And I think that's what these tournaments do is that they give us the people who deserve to be on TV and who need to be showcased a little bit more on TV, and it gives us that opportunity to see them do their work. So it gives a chance to show them how they work and what they do. So I'm here for that.
So does I want to win this tournament count as enough of a story?
I think when you're trying to introduce a lot of characters and trying to give them something to do, absolutely. Absolutely, I think so. Like Jack Perry isn't the national champion right now. So what is he doing? You know what I mean? We're not doing anything with him. So what do? We just stick him in a tournament and we say, "Hey, you know what? You want to win this tournament for XYZ." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, that's it." That gives him kind of that new motivation to get in there. And then also I don't know where they're going to spin with him after, but at least you get him on the TV so that people don't forget that he's still a part of the company.
That's what I like about these tournaments is it gives you a chance to see talent that you're not going to see if there wasn't one going on. Like, and the matchups you get out of it are usually pretty good.
So right, if the matches are incredible, right? Why do you care? Why do you? So do you even care for the why? Right? Right? Is that
Yes
a good
and
take?
no.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes and no, because it depends on what's at the end of the road. If it's just like the Owen Hart Cup is a perfect example of what you need, right? Because it gives you the opportunity to challenge for the title whenever you want or at the next pay per view, right? So that's a good thing. That's what we want. We want something to drive these wrestlers. When it comes to the Continental Classic, like we have yet to bitch about the Continental Classic because we have
Never.
so many
Have
fire
never.
matches.
Never have.
Never.
And it's since its inception, never have. There's never been a bad match.
There's never been a bad match.
There's never been a bad match. Yeah.
So we kind of need these things. I mean, sometimes if a person gets injured, right? I like the fact that AEW, when there's like an injury and they need to put up a title, like a title gets vacated, they do a tournament to do it instead of just saying, "Hey, you and you, because you guys market so well, we've marketed you guys so well, we'll just stick you guys in there." There's an actual. To be fair, that's what they're doing in the back, but there's a perception that we're gonna make you guys get into this tournament and battle for
There's
the
some
top two
form
position.
of competition to get to the end
Yes,
of the road.
we get behind you organically because we
So
see
what's
how
more
hard you're
important?
working.
What's more important than the journey through the bracket, like through the tournament, or the eventual feud that's waiting at the end?
I think the journey
See,
to the bracket.
see this also depends on the situation of like Cliff said, what's at the end of the rainbow. Because on the flip side of people that do tournaments, let's look at one that doesn't do so well. What the fuck is at the end of the rainbow of, let's say, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? A trophy?
The trophy
So no, that doesn't.
and doing
That
this
doesn't.
post.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't make it like the end of the prize at the end worth it. But if you have something like we talk about the Continental Classic, where we know what's at the end of the road and it's worth it, then yeah, the journey through the brackets makes more sense.
Yeah,
It makes
because like
me
you look
enjoy
at
it.
it, and if you look at King of the Ring, like you're guaranteed a title shot at the end of the
Exactly.
King of the Ring,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that makes sense, right? But if it's like, hey, we have this title and we don't have like a real payoff for it, like I don't know, the John Cena
Oh
classic
yeah.
that hasn't still taken off yet. Like, yeah, this is a problem. This is a situation that we have an issue with. So, like right now, like let's be fair, AAA is doing like WWE is doing a great thing with AAA in this tournament that they have going on. Where when they get to Mexico City, the winner of the
Oh,
AAA tournament is going
Yeah.
to be battling Roman
yeah.
Reigns of all the people. That's a great use of a tournament. WWE AEW does the same thing. I think your point is valid though in your question and asking like does AEW do too many tournaments because like it feels like they just got done with the Owen Hart and now we're here into like another
Exactly.
classic tournament and we
Yeah.
know the Continental Classic's coming up and
Right
then
up
they're
in the
gonna do another.
fall. Every
Yeah,
every it's the Continental is always in the every year around like this time is the Continental Classic. So
yeah.
yeah. Well then talk about this. All right, I'll push this question out there to you. Right, you're Tony Khan. All right, and you got budget cuts. Let's just say budget cuts. Right, budget cuts, and you got to cut a tournament. which tournament are you keeping out of AEW's tournament schedule that they those yearly tournaments they do? Which one are you keeping? The rest of them go.
Um,
Which one are you keeping?
because what do we have right now? We have the Continental Classic. We have
Mhm.
the
The
Owen
Owen
Hart Cup.
Hart.
There's and what is this one that they have going on? International
The
Classic. Is that what they
International
call it?
Classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
That can go.
Keeping the Continental.
I'm keeping the Continental and I'm keeping the Owen Hart. I'm gonna be fair. I'm keeping both those tournaments because both those tournaments have a meaning to them. The International Classic. That's just because the international title is up for grabs. Like that's the Continental Classic. Like
Yeah.
you already have like 4 fucking titles already. That's in the mid card championships. Like with the national championship, the Continental Championship. That the national championship can go. Sorry.
I
The
agree.
Continental Classic, the International Championship, like you don't you have they have like I mean after this, I think the international tournament like that can go. If you if you really those would probably be like the three tournaments I see, and I think keeping Owen Hart because it leads to a heavyweight championship. I like that, and then the other one would definitely be the Continental Classic because we watched 16 of the baddest dudes go into these tournaments and just destroy each other, and we are here for all of it. So like I can't argue that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I, even though you broke the rules, but you gotta get rid of one. You gotta get rid of you only pick one. But I'm picking the Continental Classic. Um, that's I love the bracket system and the point system. I think that for me, really, I'm really a big fan of. I also was a big fan back in the day of the Bound for Glory series that TNA used to do. So anytime you start giving me numbers, it get in and stuff like that, like all right, points and systems and strategic. You need to win this way in order to get this many points to get in this position, and so like that type of number sports vibe uh, is what I really liked about the Continental Classic. The Owen Hart tournament, I get what you're saying. I think the big thing about all these tournaments is that as far as AEW, there is something at the end for it. Like there's something you're getting at the end. It's not just, hey, here's this tournament. Here's this tournament. So what about you, Twitch? You pick which tournament you keeping?
Continental Classic.
Continental Classic? Yeah. Yeah.
That's not even a question. I love it.
Yeah, I gotta agree. It's definitely it's your modern day Bound for Glory,
Yeah.
and so I'm definitely for that.
No, I'll go do one even better, dude. It's AEW's version of the G1 Climax.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
that's a better yes, absolutely, yeah.
I'm glad you said it because I would have fucked it up because I definitely was gonna be like, yeah, it's definitely the G6, and I was like, that's not the
No,
word. That's not the right
it's
one.
good.
It's G1.
It's G1 Climax, which we don't ever follow, by the way.
No,
Poor
we
New-
don't.
We don't,
Poor
we
New
don't.
Japan Pro Wrestling gets no love here.
They don't. And it's funny because they used to. They used to.
Yeah, but no, be fair, man. Big shouts to Callum Newman. Like I love seeing Callum. Like he's such an incredible talent, and like before he signed like to New Japan, I remember him as a kid like earning a scholarship with Wrestle Talk and like working his way through the system with Will Ospreay like
Yeah.
to build up. And so to see him like take over United Empire and then like do his thing, so cool to me. Like I'm very happy for him. So to me, it's like, damn, dude, we really do not talk about or the fact that Jeff Cobb just attacked him. Like we don't talk about it. And I'm like, dang, man, that's
So many
rough.
people that we know and love come and go to New Japan, and
Legit.
we ignore them. Jay White.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also is I think we've wrapped up on the AEW one conversation, but I think it comes down to like that AEW sweep of 2020. What was it? What year? I don't know. What year was that? Where like all like Okada, Takeshita, like
Yep.
Don Callis, all of them, everybody that whole wave of that New Japan talent just went and dipped out and went to AEW. So I don't want to say I hate to say like it's Tony's fault because there was a time that we did talk about New Japan, because we were talking about the stuff that who was doing, Jay White was doing, the stuff that Okada was doing. I was a very very much talking about Okada in New Japan. I was staying up watching New Japan to watch Okada. I could care less now. Like,
Yeah.
so like it was. It's just that
It's the people that we know and care
yeah,
about
they're
left.
not
So it's like,
there.
yeah,
So like but you're all right. They New Japan nowadays don't get no love from us, and and even Stardom used to get some love from us back.
TNA.
TNA got love from
TNA
Well,
or
TNA,
TNA.
poor TNA, I
Or
won't let
TNA is all you could say.
because I won't let them go. I won't, and I won't, and I'll try through with this dark age we're about to go through again. And I'll be there with a sinking ship, and that's fine. I'll be that guy. 'Cause, TNA low key built the Don Jazz Evans like so like I got mad love for TNA, but yeah, man. All right, that was the show. We made it to the end of this show.
Oh, we got a couple comments in here too.
Oh, yeah, let's
So,
get to the comments.
yeah, AEW needs tournaments because they're overpopulated and it's how they showcase a lot of the wrestlers. Yes, I agree. That as well.
Exactly.
They fail when they don't follow up and write something effectively for them. They have showed their weakness in that area and failed multiple pushes. Absolutely. And a perfect example of that, Brody King. Like
Yeah.
now Brody's in the Trios Championship after like fire matches in the Continental Classic, and then he has that great match with Darby and MJF, and then we're just like, oh, we don't do with you. So you lost a couple times, so we're just gonna knock you back down, put you in the trios, like with Bandito. Bro Dito is gonna be a thing again. Well, at best, we'll put Hangman Page with you guys. You guys could be trios champions.
You want to talk about somebody who
Bro.
don't? You want to talk about who don't know what to do with somebody? That's Hangman Adam Page. But we can talk about that another day.
Well, it's funny because like Swerve came out and cut that promo, and it was like, oh, I got a couple friends that'll see you for the trios championship, and it's like, damn, is that where really Daybreak is gonna make their debut as heels in this match now?
Yeah.
Like, cool. Are they winning? Because if not, it's like a double. So it's like a double-edged sword. So you bring in this new team, and if they lose, then what did we bring them in for? Right? We just brought them in.
Kofi Kingston. I'm sorry, what? Kofi, because that's what it is. Kofi,
Yeah.
Austin Creed, and Swerve.
And Swerve.
All right, yeah, we can end this show now. Cause
No, wait.
That made me upchuck in my mouth.
So here's the other part, and this is where the other part. This is what I was gonna get with, right? So you have
Lego set now.
you can have these three. They show up. Let's say they lose, right? So we just brought in these guys just to have them lose in this opening contest, or they come in, they win, and then what was the whole point of having Brody King and Adam Hangman Page in this match now? Like, are you gonna start a storyline with these two? Like, are they gonna blame each other for the reason why they lost the titles, and then Bandito is just caught in the middle? Like, what are we doing? Like, I need follow-ups to all this stuff, right?
Yep.
Because I'm here. If we're gonna get Brody King versus Hangman Page at the next pay-per-view, I'm fucking here for it. But if we're not gonna put a direction and we're just like, yeah, we brought these guys in and they lost in their opening match, well, we just blew them up,
Yeah.
just so we can do what? Get this trios thing started, and if not, how's the trios being affected? Like, yes, it's to me, it's kind of a lose-lose. But if you give me that Brody King versus Adam Hangman Page match, I will overlook this mistake if I can get that match. Because, bruh,
If I get that match, I'm all for it. If
beating
not,
the dog piss out of each other.
If not, and you took Brody out of the singles division for no fucking reason, I swear to God, I want to beat the shit out of Tony Khan.
So, Tony, if they lose, can we get Brody to turn heel and get this match away?
That would be nice. I would.
Bruh, let me. Can we get a like? I love Brodito, okay. And if we want to rehash this down the line in the future, let's do that. But for right now,
Please.
let's shorthand it. Make Brody King the juggernaut destroyer that he is, the gangster that he is. Have him turn on Bandito and beat the dog piss out of Hangman Page, and then let's let that match boil to the next pay per view. What is it, the one that's in November? Why am I drawing a blank on that pay per view? That pay per view, anyway. Full Gear. Thank you. That's the one. That's what I want. And you know where you have it? In Boston, because I'm gonna be there to watch it.
No, they have it in Orlando.
Yeah.
I'm not against that. As
Yeah,
long
I
as
would say, yeah.
as long as it's not in Baltimore or New York City, because like the no blood rule, like
Yeah.
just to the veins, man. It's what I want. Make it a Texas death match
Give me light tube.
with light tubes
Oh, brother.
and a pizza cutter.
All right, Nick
Make
Gage.
Nick Gage special guest referee.
Yep. On that note, yep, yeah. Wrap this crap up. All right. So look, if you made it to the end of the episode, shout out to you. Thank you for my live viewers right now. Thank you for sticking with us. This was an episode. Probably one of our great conversational episodes ever. But as far as a production standpoint, this is probably the worst thing we've ever dealt with in our 6 years of existence. And I don't ever want to deal with this ever again in my life. But thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for watching. My podcast listeners who are listening to this on Tuesday, well, you should have been here on Sunday, listening to it live to witness this, all the shenanigans, all this buffoonery live, right here on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and X. I'm Chaz Evans. I'm here with Twitch and the Red Dog. We're back next week for another episode of Chaz and Friends. And I got the debate. I got already the big debate that we're going to talk about. I'm giving it to you a week in advance. All right, is Roman Reigns the most overrated wrestler of the past 30 years? We're going to talk about it next week.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod _ X, 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right now, we're going to walk away and you're going to play another video.
Now it's time to shine.
Now.
A little bit of soul, drop me some lime. Now it's time to set it off, drop some gangsta funk with some OG.